What's up, everybody? M.V.K Kid coming to you again with the Opinion Spot. Of course, you know Opinion Spot Week is going on all this week. I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. I want you guys to take another trip down memory lane with me again, and I bring you, you hear that theme music, yeah. Another great superhero comic, cartoon, Batman the Animated Series. What a great series this was. What a great feel it was always to watch this show. Excuse me. It first aired on Fox September 5th, 1992, and it went to September 15th to 1995. That's the original series. Then it switched over to WB and went from 97 to 99. It's kind of considered, they kind of consider it two separate seasons, two separate cartoons, but I still consider it just 4 seasons altogether. The original series had a visual style that was great. It was a mixture of Tim Burton's Batman mixed with Frank Miller's Batman. It had like that 40s, 50s vibe to it. You know, the way they dressed, the way the TVs looked, the cars, you know, everything. This show won many awards. I can give you 2 right now that it won right off the bat. It won 2 Emmy Awards in '93. One for the episode Robin's Reckoning. That is a great episode. That's one of my favorites. It told the origin of Robin and how his family died and Boss Zuko killed him. That won 1993 Emmy for most outstanding half-hour or less programming. And then another favorite episode of mine was Heart of Ice, which introduced Mr. Freeze, and that won Emmy same year for most outstanding writing in an animated programming. All the Rogues Gallery was involved in this, as always, and of course there were some people that weren't a part of the Rogues Gallery. Some new villains like Red Claw, Kyo Daiken, you know, the ninja that trained with Bruce in Japan, Tigress, the Sewer King, and of course the beloved Harley Quinn, Zell, and with Harley and another villain known as Lockup and Detective Renee Montoya. Those 3 characters were so popular that they became regular comic characters in the regular Batman universe. We also saw Count Vertigo, Mirror Man, Clock King, and like I said, later on, after the first season of the original series, it became known as The Adventures of Batman and Robin, where Robin starred in more episodes. A lot of episodes were taken right out of the comic books. A lot of stories. For example, the episode Cape and the Cowl Conspiracy was adapted right from the Cape and Cowl Death Trap from Detective Comics number 450. Moon of the Wolf was based off the comic story of the same writer, Len Wein, and artist Jack Neal, from Batman 255, actually. What else? The episode Appointment in Crime Alley is based off There's No Hope in Crime Alley from Detective Comics 457. You know, there were so many great stories in this. A lot of mature stories. Bruce Timm has said it. They got away with a lot of stuff in this series. But it was a lot of mature theme, a lot of that you really liked? I mean, when people got shot, they got shot. They used guns, not laser beams and things like that. When Batman hit somebody, he hit somebody or he kicked somebody. It wasn't, they did not tone down anything too much. If somebody was bleeding, they were bleeding, you know. And I liked that. And I very much enjoyed that. Robin, of course, looked more like he had more of, I guess, Tim's Robin costume instead of Dick's original costume, which was okay. And let's talk about the voice. Kevin Conroy, my God. People, if you do not believe that this man is the epitome, the voice of Batman, I don't know what you're smoking. Anytime I read Batman and Bruce is talking, that's who I hear coming out of his voice. Just a great series to be a part of. Like I said, you just saw two of my favorite episodes. Another one of my favorite episodes was A Bullet for Bullock, where it was Batman was protecting Bullock from being killed. It was really funny because Bullock was always like, you know, Batman's a thug. He's a freak. You know, he brings the trouble to Gotham. And it turns out that it was Bullock's landlord that tried to kill him. So that was pretty funny. Of course, any episode with Ra's al Ghul in it was great. You know, and of course, when Bane came on the scene, was great. Bane was hired by Rupert Thorne to kill Batman. Bane in the original looked like a lucha libre. He looked like a lucha libre wrestler, but it was cool. He didn't look overly muscular, you know, even when he put the venom in him until the end of that episode. We also saw him actually beat the snot out of Croc, put him, and even wrecked the Batmobile. And Batman even said it, like, you know, first Robin was like, maybe it's a guy like us trying to clean up Gotham. And they saw the Batmobile, and Bruce was like, I don't think so, Robin. You know, whoever did this was strong. This was done by bare hands. He literally took the Batmobile and crushed it. Was just making fingerprints in it like it was nothing. Of course, when Croc even made his appearance, was great. The episode's called Vendetta. Croc had a big vendetta against Harvey Bullock, excuse me. Of course, anytime they introduced like villains, Two-Face, Clayface, those were great episodes. Like I said, they did not tone down when he became Two-Face, when that explosion happened. When you were watching that as a kid, like me, I was about 10, 11 years old, and I saw that. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they showed that. You know, this was a afternoon cartoon at first. It starred, you know, and then it went to Saturday mornings. But, you know, it was just, you were just like, oh my God. You know, Scarecrow was good. The Riddler was voiced by the same actor, I'm forgetting his name right now, that played Lionel Luthor in Smallville. So he did a great job. Catwoman was great. Poison Ivy was great. She tried to kill Harvey at first. You know, she was Harvey Dent's girlfriend, and then she tried to kill him because Harvey built a prison over a nice beloved land that had rare plants. So she was really vendetta against that. Another favorite episode of mine is I've Almost Got Him. I love that episode. I talk about that a lot. You hear me talk about that episode a lot, people. I Almost Got Him, where a lot of the guys talk about how they almost got Batman. It never happened. They even pay homage or nod or joke about Marvel in there, because Poison Ivy says, I almost got Batman. She talks about how she had exploding pumpkins, and Joker comes back and says, with exploding pumpkins, give me a break. Nodding to a certain Spider-Man villain that uses pumpkin bombs. You know, there were so many great episodes. I can't give you all of them. But then later on, 97 came around. Because of, a lot of the characters moved, a lot of the people behind the original series moved on to do Superman the animated series. Warner Brothers wanted them to bring back Batman, so they did. They worked on it again, Bruce Timm and everybody else, but they worked on it in the style of the Superman the animated series. So we got to see a little bit. It was a little bit different, you know. The artwork is a little different. Bruce used his black and gray costume in this one. Of course, Barbara stayed Barbara, Batgirl. They used Tim Drake, Robin, even though Tim Drake looked more like the story of how Tim Drake, you know, the story to back up the backstory for Tim Drake was homage and meshed with Jason Todd. Of course, Dick Grayson moved on to be Nightwing, and I thought him being Nightwing was great. A lot of the characters got a facelift. A lot of the villains, Joker, the Mad Hatter, you know, Bane, Croc, the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow, my God, did he look creepy, even creepier than in his original look. Poison Ivy looked more homage to what she looks like in the comics. There were a lot of differences, definitely in what they call the new Batman Adventures. It was okay. There were some episodes I did like. Of course, there were some new episodes as well, in new characters as well in the show, and there were some characters that came that were just we knew about. For example, Etrigan first appeared in the new Batman Adventures, you know. My favorite episodes from the new Batman Adventures, or season, you know, whatever you want to call it, were let's see, Cold Front, this Cold Comfort, which was pretty much after the events of the Sub-Zero movie with Mr. Freeze. We saw that Mr. Freeze was no longer human anymore. Pretty much the process that created him took its toll on him. He's just pretty much a living robotic head. Of course, the Scarecrow, you know, the Never Fear, where Scarecrow gasped Bruce and all his fears was gone. You know, Bruce didn't care about if he hurt somebody or not. Let me see another episode. Torch Song, which debuted Firefly, actually. That was a good episode. And then there was let's see, and then there was the episode, another good episode that I really enjoyed the most is from season 1 of the new Batman Adventures, Over the Edge. And in this edge, the Scarecrow gassed Barbara Gordon, and basically Barbara's biggest fear came to life. She died in this episode. She fell to her death, crashed right on her father's squad car, and Jim found out that it was Batgirl was his daughter. He was upset, you know, that Batman kept this from him, didn't tell him. He found out that Bruce was Batman, went after him. He hired Bane, everything. It was like basically Jim Gordon became the Thunderbolt Ross to Batman, basically. Homage to the Hulk. But Barbara woke up and, you know, found out it was fake. The movies, of all the movies that came out of the series, were great as well. They were just really good episodes, man. It just really was a great chemistry. And of course, the 3-part where finally we saw Superman and Batman crossover, you know, the world's finest, that was great. Of course, then they did some more episodes, you know. But all in all, Batman, the animated series, was just a great show. Great superhero drama, cartoon. IGM ranked it number 2 in their 2009 greatest cartoons ever. It was beat out, I think, by The Simpsons for number 1. I believe. I might be wrong, but it was just a great show, people. I have so many great episodes, and I really enjoyed it. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it as well.